Hello everyone, I'm Tejas and today I will be your instructor and we will together create this scene in Maya. We will create this abstract geometry in Maya. I will walk you through each and every step. We will set up our camera, we will go through some basic modeling and texturing and lighting and at last rendering. Now let's jump into our first step. In this part, we will set up our scene and we will have all the default folders we need in this project. First, what we need to do is to set our project. There are two steps we need to follow. The first step is go to File, Set Project. This is the window this is showing, and what we have to do is set up our project. So first we need to select a location. Just select wherever you want your project to be. I want it in my documents. So and we have to give it a name. So I will give it simple scene. We need to create a folder where you want your project to be in. I will create this folder, simple scene. Select this folder, select the folder you have just created and click set. And there here you have two options. You can select a different location or you can select create default workspace. So this default workspace will do what it will create a folder and with default settings, the settings we will use in Maya. The second part is to have some folders in it, to have some default folders in it. This will help us. We don't need to create each and every folder. This Maya will create us the folders we need. So what we can do is go to File, Project Window. This is the second step to set a project. This is the project window. These are the folders it will create automatically, and this is our location where we have selected uh, our project to be in. So just accept it. So what Maya did is this. I will show you. Go to the folder where you go to the location you created your folder in. Here mine is, and you can see there is a lot of folders. These are the default folders Maya created for us. So here we have different folders: images, scene, script, sound, and there's a folder named as source images. So when you have some assets, images, and models to use in your project, we can use this source image folder to locate them easily. So what we can do is put all of those assets in this source image folder, and what Maya will do that it will automatically locate them for us, and it will be helpful in future. When you are in the middle of a project and you need to have some image on it, so we don't need to just go to your download folders and find the image. What we can do is go to source images and we can have our assets. Before going to step 2, we can save our project so we won't lose any of our progress. Or to save our project, what we can do is go to File, Save Scene As, and see my automatically located the folder we have just created. It's best for us to save this scene in our scenes folder in the project we have just created. We need to have some name for it. So I will say simple scene one. We can save now. So we are ready for the second step now. Before jumping into steps second, you can see my workspace is not the default workspace. If you are using Maya for the first time or you are using default workspace, your workspace would be different. So I'm going to have this workspace default. It's a general to factory. This is the default workspace. It would be same as yours. So let's jump into our part second. In part 2, we will create our basic shapes. by using some of the very basic modeling tools. Um, I guess you know some basic layout movements. Okay, hold Alt and left click. You can move around in your workspace and you can pan around if you hold Alt plus middle mouse button. So these are some basic movements you need to learn if you want to get better in using Maya. First, we will create our stairs. For stairs, we can use cube, but we won't use cube. We will use plane, press R, or what you can use this. This scale, this is rotate, and this is move. Move tool, this is select tool. And these, the shortcuts are for these are Q, for move, W, rotate E, and scale R. So first, we have created a simple plane by this. This is in poly modeling tab. And the important part also is frame selected. If you are lost in your window or you are very far, and if you want to like just move, you know, have to focus on a single object, what you can do is select the object, press F. It will automatically, you know, get you to very close to the object so you can have some details. And the center of the, you know, uh, the focus will be your um, pivot point of the object you have just frame selected. Okay, so if you are just lost, you can what you can do is just press F and it will automatically get you close to your object. So what we can do is like just it's so small for our stairs. What we can do is press R or this scale option here. You can scale this up like this much. See from the top. What we can do is like we have some different angles, camera angles, like top, back, top, front, bottom, and there is a better way to see from different angles is press space, right click, hold, and you will get some these. You will get these windows, space, right click, hold, and what I want is top view. What I want to see this object from top view. Here is top view. Select this. This will get you in the top view. You can see here. This is top view. You can turn on this. This is wireframe unshaded, and it will help you to see the edges, the vertexes better. Okay, click on this. Okay, so here we are. So this is our top view. If you want, you can turn off the grid, so it will you will see this better. Right click, click right of your mouse, and you will get this window. Here you can select, you can select edges, vertex, faces. You can select any of that, and for this we will use face. What you can see here, here is a stair like pattern. You can see it's like stairs. If you cut it from diagonally, if you cut it diagonally, it's like stairs. So we can do is like we can select, hold shift, we can select each of them, the middle faces, and select all these, select these, select these, select these, select these, these, select each of them. What you can do is hold shift, drag, and it will invert select. And you can, what you can do here is delete. So here we have a stair. Okay, so what we have to do now, the distance between each of the faces is so it's not that large. What we can do is hold right click, go to vertex. Okay, so here we have our vertex selected. select these vertex, the top, select this, move it up a bit, so it will get some, we'll get some height in this. Select these vertex, move them bit up, these vertex, move them bit, these, move it up, these, move it up, move it a little bit higher. You can see, just follow what I'm doing. There are also a lot of other ways to create stairs, but for this we will use this method. This looks fine. If you want to have some more of this, you can add this. This looks good because it's what we are creating is abstract, so we don't need to have precise in every part of it. So this is just, and this is, we are in top view, so we have to go back to the perspective view. What you can do, hold space, right click, perspective view. Here we are in perspective view, hold right, perspective view, perspective view. So here we are in perspective view. So now we have our stairs ready, but it's just a plane. We need to have some thickness in this. So what you can do, go in object mode, select this, hold down shift and right mouse button, hold down shift and right mouse button. And what this will do is, this will have us are some basic tools. This is just a shortcut for this, and also these tools are in this. We are in rendering tab, go to modeling tab, and we have some basic tools, mesh tools here, some edit mesh, and what we need to do is extrude it so we can have some height, we can have some thickness in this. So there are two options. You can hold down shift and right click to extrude this face, or what you can do is select this, edit mesh, extrude, increase the thickness, will go this like this. This is looking okay. Go back to object mode. Right. Turn on the grid if you want. We need to, like, it's lying on the bottom. What we need to do is stand this up. So what we can do is go to channel, box, layer editor, select this rotate option. We need to rotate this, rotate like this. Here we have our values. So I want this exact 90, put 90, it's like 90 straight up. Now put this up here. This is looking good. Okay, what we want now is have a cube beside this. For cube it's so easy, just click this, it will get you a cube. Scale this up. For scale I used key shortcut key E. This is looking okay. Now we have a door-like structure. I want a door-like structure here, you know, a curve-like structure. Okay, so what we can use here is a cube. So here is outliner, all the things I have created. We have some cameras, you know, some cameras. We see the camera from top, front, and side. It's hidden, so no need to stress about that. Left and back, these are just cameras. You don't need to, we will create our own camera. We have our plane, plane, we modified that plane into stairs, and cube we just created. What I want this is to have exact same cube, or you can create a new cube. It's not a big deal, but I want this. I will duplicate this. This is a new option you will learn. So I need to duplicate this. What you can do is Shift plus D. It's duplicate exact same as this. Just move a bit, increase the thickness, move it to the side here. This is looking. I just clicked F to frame select this, and we can now move around easily. I'm using Alt plus left mouse button for pan, Alt plus middle mouse button, and zoom, middle mouse button. I can have it here. Okay, increase the. This is looking good. Now we have to create this curve-like shape. What we can do is, remember, right click to select edges, edge, select both the edge. Now we need to bevel this. Bevel is like, it's a sharp edge now. It's a sharp edge. What bevels do is, bevel smoothens the edge. Like I will show you here, bevel. So now we don't have any segments right now. So you like, it's not looking like smooth, it's doing smooth, but it smoothes the edge. It's, the edge is very sharp right here. The edge is very sharp right here. What they will do is, make it a little bit smooth. Like you can see there was the edge there, and we use bevel. So what we can do now is increase here. It's the, it's just a like speed part. So you can decrease a bit, so you will have a slower, you can change the value a little bit slower. So here, like it smooths the edge, like it's doing this. If we increase the segment, we'll smooth it more, you can see. So what we can do here, increase the fraction to 1, segment 12 is enough for us. So we have now this curve like structure here. Okay, what we need to do is create a hole in this. So we can do here is, we have our option here is this isolate select. What this do, all the objects we have are here, but we are only seeing this because we isolated this from all the object, and we are only seeing this. We can have some like modeling tweaks in that for our desired result, because it's so difficult for us to focus on this when we have all the objects. Now right now we can focus on this alone. So what we can do is, we need to create a hole in this gate like type. So we can have an offset here. What offset is just like the same structure. I will show you what it is. Select the face, both the face, extrude them, offset them. So it's offsetting them, and we are getting the result we want. You can offset them, keep key face together. You can turn it off or on. I will tell you it in another video, but for this, keep it on. It doesn't matter that much. Select the face, this and this, hold shift while selecting, delete these, just press the delete button and fix this. If you are using this, just do what I'm doing. Okay, so what it did, like, it's very, it's the middle part. So it created two vertices here and here, and we need to join them before jump into another step. What we can do is select both the vertices, edit mesh, mesh, and edit mesh, and merge to center here. And now the vertices are merged together, and it won't get it won't do any harm later. And if we have like these loose vertices, it's uh, not good. We can have some difficulties later in the project, so it's better to have them merged. Edit mesh tool, edit mesh, merge to center, and just do what I'm doing. We have two vertices here, you can see, because it's the center, and we have created, we have offsetted this. It don't happen in every object, but it is happening here, so we need to merge them before going into next step. Edit mesh, merge to center, same as do here. We have two vertices here, so select these, edit mesh, merge to center. Now all vertices are merged. We need to fill this hole. What we can do is select edge, double click, and it selected the whole loop. Shift, double click, it selected this also. And mesh tool, mesh, edit mesh, bridge, filled up that part. The edges are so sharp, we need to have them beveled before going into the next step. Select the whole loop by um, shift plus double click, double left click, double left click, double left click, double left click. Now we have selected the loops. Shift, right click, bevel, or mesh tools, bevel. Fraction, we can see, we can have like this. Segments 2. 2 is good. Okay, it's looking okay. We'll have this also. This bevel also, the edge, this one. Select, double click, bevel, double click, bevel. Fraction, this is good. Segments 2. Now our gate window, whatever it is ready. Just if this happens like this, just right click object mode, it's okay. You can isolate select, you can turn isolate select off. We can see our whole part. The edges are so sharp in this. Also, what we can do is edges, go to edges, select whole edges, shift, right click, bevel. Fraction 0.1 is good. Segments 2. Object, select this stairs we have created, isolate select, and bevel the edges. It's so sharp in this. In nature we don't have these sharp edges, so we can edge, select edge. We need to select each of this manually. Double click won't work here because we have an edge in the middle, so we'll select all. Yes. Double click can work here. Here we have 3 edges merging together. I'm holding down shift to select all of these. All of these are selected. Nice. Double click, double click. Okay. I can bevel. Plus I need to check every I selected every edge. Deselect this bevel. Oh, I unselected this bevel. It's looking like this. Don't worry, just decrease the fraction to 4 segments. 2 is good. Select these edges also, bevel these also. Deselect these. Yes. Select them again. Just do it. It's tedious, but you have to go through this if you are learning Maya or any 3D software. Bevel. Increase the fraction a bit. 2 is enough. Object. This is looking good. Now we have our second part complete. Now we have to jump into our part 3 and have our camera set up. We are in part 3. Let's have our camera set up. We need to create a new camera for this. First, create camera. We have our camera here. Here is our camera. We want to have our perspective through this camera. We can see what this camera is looking by going to panels, look through selected, and what we are selecting now, this camera. Panels, look through selected. Now we are looking through the camera. What we can do now is zoom out, rotate this camera, and rotate is like you are rotating like in viewport. All the like buttons we are using in viewport applies to cameras also. So pan, alt plus middle mouse, alt plus right click to move around. Okay, so this is our camera looking. We are looking through camera. Turn this on. This will show us how our render will look from our camera's perspective. Move around this. Move around like you move around in viewport. You can. We are looking through camera, but we can model and tweaks things. It's just a different camera other than perspective. Move around a bit. This would be our final scene. Just put it in the middle like this. This is our camera. We can this looking good. Now jump back to perspective camera. Maya, spacebar, hold spacebar. We have another option to jump into. If you just click space, you will get these options, these 4 cameras. You can go into really quick top view, front view, side view. If you want to in top view, if you want to go in top view, just move your mouse there and hit space. You will be in top view. Hit space again, you will be out of top view. Where you want to go now? Camera. Our perspective view is here, but we are now in our camera view. So we need to go back to the perspective view. Hold space, right click, perspective view. We are now back. Camera is fixed. Here we have our camera. It is fixed now. This will be our render cam. will be rendered using this cam, and the image will be rendering would be from this cam. We have an outliner, all the things we have created. First, we can rename this. Enter, press enter, stairs. This would be our simple cube. We can see door. We can, you know, just rename this into door frame. This is our render cam. Okay. What we need to do is camera is fixed. We renamed all the objects here in outline. We need to have some these objects colored or textured. To have colors in our scene, we will go through some lighting and texturing. So this is very important step. We have to go into the hypershade. Here is the hypershade. And this is where all the textures and all the materials are created. What we can do here, we can create any material, any texture we want, and we can apply those textures and material to the object we want. We in this tutorial will just use some basic color, basic, roughness, smoothness, just basic things. Just follow me and you will be good. We will create a material here for these objects we have just created. First, what we need to do is go to shader. We have to have a shader. AI standard surface. This is a really good shader. We can create a lot of materials using this only. AI standard surface, it's good. So what we can do is, this is our material. This is our properties of material. Rename this red color. Weight, I want 100%. Color, I want red. So I have a value of red here, 240, 71, 32. 240, 71, 32. I want this orangish reddish color. Hmm, keep it name. You can rename this like orangish color. And if you see like HSX value, just HSV value, I'm sorry, you can just change it into RGB 0 to 255. You can use my values also. This is looking good for me. And I don't want any, shininess in this, so I can increase the roughness and decrease the specularity. It means how shiny it would be. I don't want it that shiny. This is good. That's it. Just minimize the hypershade. And I want this material on this. The material we have created. Right click, assign existing material, orangish color. We can see here. Now we have an orangish color material here. We have applied. It's so simple, and just follow the steps I'm doing. For the stairs, we will be using a yellow color, yellowish color, like beach. You can say, or yellowish. Go to have a shade. We will create a new shader. Just this clear. It's clear as the are the graphs and nodes. This we don't use this right now, so just clear them up. Create new AI standard surface, yellow color. Weight 100, color yellow. I have some values: 247, 244, 244, 255, 194, sorry, 194, 115. This color is good, and same as this material also. Roughness and specularity a bit low. Right click, yellow color. This is also, I want this pinkish sort of type. Appreciate, clear the graph, new material, pink color, just 221, 155, 198. Pinkish, same goes with this material also. Just looking good. Pink color. Now we can have it closer to this wall like this. You can turn on this ambient inclusion so you can see shadows and close this. It's like fine shadows, like subtle shadows. It's like this, the like light darkish here. It shows it's very close to this. It shows contact points like this. And if I turn on anti-aliasing, it will become smooth. For example, if I create a plane again, you can see, and just turn off the wireframe mode. The you can see now, you can have an idea how close it is to the another object. Just bring it down a bit. No, it's not fully. Just bring it up, bring it down a bit. Okay, this is looking this is looking good. We can have this a bit there and have this a bit there. Okay, this is looking good. Now what we can do is give this a color, this plane we have just created. Rotate this a bit, like in the camera angle, so we can have our, background, infinite background. We'll create an infinite background. I don't want these, subdivisions, so I can go to channel box, plane 2, select this polyplane 2, and here we have subdivision options. I don't want that, so I will be giving them a 1. And now we don't have any subdivisions here. What we can do is select edge and extrude this, extrude face like this. Now it's extruded. Select this edge, shift, right click, bevel, segments. I want 14 segments. So it'll be like smooth. I want to see what my camera looks. Camera panels, look through selected, and you can zoom in a bit. Okay, this is looking good. Perspective view. Okay. Now what I need to do is I need to, have some color to this. Hyper shade, shader. Just, clear this graph. Shader, Iceland surface, floor. Have a color here. 247 232 196 RGB value. It's a lightish yellowish color. Roughness. Okay, so decrease down the specularity. Same material at those as an exist material floor. It will be looking like this. It's just our viewport, we are seeing it from a viewport. the render will be different from this. So we don't have any light in our scene, and we need light to see the objects we have. And what I can do is, like, I can show you, like, if you want to see what's the render will look like, go to Arnold, open render view. You can see there's no light, so we can not see anything here. So what we need to do is give this some light, and it's there are so many methods to create some lights. You can create simply by going here, create lights. There are different types of options, but we don't need that. We will create a whole default Arnold light, and I will use physical sky. Physical sky is like a real sky with the sun and with all the, rays and color and temperature, warmth, everything. So what I can do is go in render game. You can see it's looking like dark, so dark. So what I can do is go in attribute editor, and I can increase the exposure by 1.5. Yes, it's looking nice now. Intensity 1.2. Okay, and go in this sky tint, sun tint. Okay, give this a bit pinkish tone. That's looking good. You can also rotate the physical sky. Here is like a sphere structure. All around this are seen. All the things we have here. You can bit rotate if you want. Yes, I want this to be like that. It's looking good. Now you can decrease the exposure by zero point 0.5. Yes, zero point 0.5 is looking okay. Yes. Okay, so this is looking nice. What I will do next is give this a fractal texture. And what fractal will do is, you can see now it's looking so plain. It's like very plain without any bumps and without anything. It's looking like plastic. And I don't want this to look like plastic. I want it to look like a bit natural. So what I will do is give this material a fractal texture. What fractal will do? It will create little small bumps, very minute bumps, and that will make some changes on the surface, and then this will look like this would look like so. What fractal will do is create some bumps on the surface, and that would make this look that. What fractal will do is give this bump. What that will do is create some bumps, and it will look more like natural sort of type. Okay, so to give this a fractal texture, what I can do is go to hypershade of this material. There is a geometry tab. Click this checkbox icon, and here we have fractal. You can see it's created little bumps in that. I don't need this much. Decrease the depth a bit. Let's go to in this node, and what I can do is decrease the amplitude threshold. You can, it's up to you. I think it's looking a little bit okay. It's looking okay. So okay, let's check this out. Arnold, open render view. Perspective shape, it's okay. Zoom in. Give this a cube. Yes, you can see now we have our little bumps, unevenness on this. It's not looking like it's just a smooth surface. It's looking like a bit natural. So yes, it's looking okay. Let's give them same texture, fractal. Here, go to geometry, checkerbox, fractal, decrease depth if you want. In this amplitude, you can decrease, increase if you want. This is good for me. Okay, and give this also a fractal texture. Okay, geometry, bound mapping, fractal, uh, bound depth. This is looking good. This is looking good. Yes. We're going to decrease the amplitude a bit. Yes, this is okay. So let's see what we got. Yes, it's looking nice. So for the last part, what I will do is change some render settings and we will have our final render. To change the settings, just go in here, this gearbox icon. Here in render settings, you don't need to change the name prefix. It doesn't matter here. So yeah, change the image format. If you want JPEG, you can JPEG. You can have JPEG, and I wanted this in PNG, and I want my render camera, the camera we have created, our render cam. I want resolution to 1080. I want the resolution of HD 1080p. And what I need to change is go here and Arnold renderer, and here are some options. You have camera A, diffuse, specular, transmission, SS. And what I need to do is change. The higher it is, the better it is. I want this. What camera A does is, decrease some noises in our scene and have, our more details in the final render we can get. So I want this is 5, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. Don't go that far to like 6 or 7. That would only increase your render time. And here 5, 4, 4, 4 is okay. Close this and click here, and this will give us our final render. Rendering has started. Like after the rendering is done, go to file and you can save the image wherever you want. That's it. Thanks for watching and hope you like this. See you in the next one.